Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome back to the Mary D Talk Show. My name is Mary D. Welch, for those of you that don't know me, and I'm so glad that you're here on this wonderful Monday. I know for those of you watching across the country, it looks like California is slipping off into the ocean, but we're not. I can tell you right now, where I am in Southern California, it's not even raining. But when I watch the news, I get scared, and I live here, so I know to see what you guys see around the country right now. The storm has passed. It's not even raining where we are, so that's a good thing. And from what I know, I don't think there's been any loss of life. It's just it's passed. Let me just say that. So, because we've had calls from all over the country, are you guys okay? That kind of thing, and we are fine. But thank you. We do appreciate those calls. We really do. I'd like to first, before we get started today, thank our executive producer, Oliver Welch. Hi, babe. He's the one that's behind the scenes. Everybody asks me, who is this Oliver Welch? One day I'm going to have Oliver come on camera. I have to, because people do ask. They never see him, but they hear me talk about him. And I'd like to also thank you, our live viewers, our replay viewers. I can't thank you guys enough. I don't have the words to say thank you, because without you, the show would not even be here. You tell your friends, you tell your family, you tell your coworkers. Those of you that don't watch live, you come on and you watch the replay, and thank you. It is definitely appreciated. I'd like to also thank our sponsors for today's show. The very first sponsor I like to thank, who's been here since day one, I say day one, has been the Idea Club. The Idea Club, President Dumas Martin Jr. is the president of the Idea Club. If you are looking to have an LLC, 501c3, an S Corp, a C Corp, any of those, then you want to click and go to the Idea Club, because Dumas Martin Jr. is the one that can help you with that. Also, we have Front Page Publishing. If you're looking to publish a book, if you already have a book, and let's say you've been writing poetry and it's just sitting around the house somewhere, but you just never put it into a book, contact Front Page Publishing. The book, if you already have a manuscript, it won't take long to put the book up. That's the key. You already have the basis of what it's going to take. If you don't have a manuscript and you're interested in writing the book, then you want to go to First Book Academy to write the book. In fact, at First Book Academy, there's going to be a free webinar on the 31st of August. If you're looking to be a part of an anthology, or you're looking to write a fictional book, you can come to that information free webinar on August 31st. If you're not already on the email list, you can send an email. Or text. I'm trying to give you. Go to the marydwelch.com. Go to the website and then put your information in, and you'll be added to the email list. marydwelch.com. Go to that website, and you can get all the information. Da-da-da-da. Okay. And those of you that are saying where the book, Bradley, the title of the book is Bradley Can't Find His Pants. That's the newest children's book coming out. There was a glitch, not a glitch. The illustrators became ill. That's why people wonder, what happened to Bradley Can't Find His Pants? Nothing's happened to Bradley Can't Find His Pants. Just the illustrator was ill. So we just have to back the date up on the release just a little bit, but not much. It'll be coming out soon, though. Just want to let you guys know just what's going on. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have a treat for you today. Let me tell you, let me say this, and she doesn't even know I'm saying this, but I do want her to know I haven't been stalking the lady, let me tell you that, but I have been following this lady because I've been watching these plays she's been writing and just been so impressed with her, period. And about 2 months ago, we were in the same space, and I just couldn't wait to talk to her. And we were able to get her for some time today. And I just can't tell you how happy I am that she was able to be here on the show. But I'm going to read you a little bit about her bio, but it really does not give you the full extent of who she really is. But this lady is so, so powerful. Her name is Dr. Gloria Morrow. She is a sought-after keynote speaker and workshop facilitator for conferences and retreats, who discusses mental health and life skill topics for men and women. Dr. Gloria has appeared as a frequent guest on CNN and has also appeared on MSNBC, NBC4, and Fox 11 News, and a variety of radio shows, including Stevie Wonder's KJLH. Dr. Gloria has authored several books, such as Too Broken to Be Fixed, A Spiritual Guide for Inner Healing, The Things That Make Men Cry, Keeping It Real, Seven Steps Toward a Healthier You, to name a few. And she recently wrote and published two ebooks entitled Unleash the Secret Weapons to Your Success and COVID-19, Maintaining Positive Emotions During Tough Times. Dr. Gloria is a producer, a playwright, and filmmaker, and is in the pre production stages of her first feature film, Three Times a Lady. Ladies and gentlemen, I said bring to the show someone with, when I tell you, utmost respect, as they say, respect, Dr. Gloria Morrow. How you doing, Dr. Gloria?
I'm well. How are you today?
I am fine. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the show. So
Well,
glad to
thank
have
you for
you here.
having me.
Oh, I'm excited for on so many levels. As we had talked to from one creative to another. Let me say.
Yes.
But before we go into the creative, I know you're a professional clinician also.
Yes, I'm a psychologist. Yes.
So why don't we start there, and then we'll get into, see, I'm already antsy about the creative, but we're going to start. I'm going to calm myself down. But you have, a few months ago, you were just talking, we're really into now, I think it's become not a buzzword, but mental health has gone to a higher level in our society.
Well, it's not surprising that
Mhm.
people aren't doing well, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
With COVID-19,
Yep.
with political chaos, with racial injustice, economic distress, folks are just suffering more than ever. And I think that it's not a surprise. I mean, I think we have not seen anything like we've seen over the past few years in terms of all of those things I mentioned. And I think people are responding to those things through depression and anxiety and even some post traumatic stress disorder.
Right.
And I think we have got to make sure, especially in our community, that
Mhm.
we're seeking help when we need it.
I think this is what I think. I remember people would say, they would say, oh, I'm going to go see a therapist. Oh, I didn't know you was crazy. Or I didn't know we had a negative connotation for some reason in our community. And when they needed the help, they didn't even go seek it because they didn't want to be labeled, that kind of thing. So I'm glad to know that that is lifted, that that's no longer a negative, I think.
Well, I think it is not a negative for a lot of people, but I still think we have so much work to do in that area because we're still underrepresented in
Right.
terms of seeking help. And we're underrepresented in terms of people providing the help.
Right.
So we need more people that look like me and you
Right.
doing the work for our community because there is certainly the need. You see, we had things that happened in our history
Right.
that made it not comfortable for us to seek this kind of help. Stuff like the Tuskegee syphilis experiment, where we were used as guinea pigs, and when people would steal a loaf of bread, they would be sentenced to a mental institution. So those are things that has made it very difficult for people to feel comfortable in
Right.
accessing our mental health system. But we're doing better, we're learning better, and
Mhm.
hopefully we're able to help people to see that there are some changes that have been made and they can get help and they don't have to suffer in silence.
That's a blessing for sure, for sure.
Yes.
Um, I know too that now the field, so you're saying, is basically really wide open for African Americans to go into.
It's a perfect field for African Americans to go into psychology, social work, being a therapist. It's time because we need more people and we need more men because
Mhm.
our field is heavily dominated by women. So we need men because men can speak to men in a different way. than
Right.
women can. And so sometimes there's a need for a young man to speak to another male, especially if he hasn't had any male role models in his life. He may
Right.
need to see that demonstrated through that professional. So we have a great need, and that's why we try to do internships and try to have opportunities for students to go into psychology as well as to work in some of our community based programs because the need is so great.
Is there now your and they come into your office to work with you, or do you do online also?
Well, I'm the Director of Behavioral Health for Unicare Community Health Center, and I'll be in that role, I'm happy to say, until the end of September. I'm retiring from this to
Wow.
pursue some of my other opportunities that I have available to me right
Yeah.
now. So I'm really excited
Good for
about that.
you.
I'm really happy. I just made the announcement at work, and
Wow.
I'm just really happy about this decision
Yeah.
to move into a different space. But at our clinics, we do see people virtually. We've been virtual since COVID.
Right.
We were in the clinics, but we, couldn't be in the clinics with COVID. So we are still there. In fact, we're going to be going hybrid back into the clinics a couple of days a week to kind of get acclimated back in the clinics later
Mhm.
this year. And then next year, we should be back in the clinics full time. Well, they should be back in the clinics full time.
You know what? Because this is too new to you. This is still too new.
Oh, I know.
That's a big deal. That's a very big deal.
I'm a water walker. I
Uh-huh.
believe in walking on water with the Lord. And I just believe that, He will sustain me and take care of me. And He's given me everything I need to
Right.
be successful. So I decided to not keep waiting because I kept waiting.
Yeah.
Well, maybe next year,
Yeah.
maybe. No, I'll never do it if I don't do it now.
Oh well, good for you. I'm clapping because I
Yes.
talked just last week about how I did the same thing. But I didn't have all my I's were not dotted, all the T's were not all of those.
No, no.
And but I realized if that's the case, that's not a faith walk. The faith walk is believing when you can't see
When
all
you
of
can't see it. Yes, absolutely. That's
it.
it.
Well, it's been that, but I can tell you, as you know, you're going to be just fine. Let me just already there's no doubt.
Oh, I believe that.
Yeah, but I think people. I understand the fear of not wanting to take that to. I understand,
Yeah,
but then again, I reminded myself, you only have one life.
right.
One life. If you have opportunity to do whatever it is you want to do, tell anybody take it. But I always tell people, don't leave your job because I don't want you saying I said leave your job. So I encourage you to do it, but I never tell because that's what I did. But that doesn't mean that's what you're to do. I mean, but you already decided to retire, though.
Well, here's what I did. I woke up Friday and I said, I'm going to do this. I had nothing. I didn't know what the plan would be. And the Lord
Wow.
spoke to me and said, and don't even think about it over the weekend. Just rest in me. And I didn't. I didn't make any calls. I didn't get online. I didn't do anything to find anything. And then he released me Monday morning to put the call out, and everybody responded. So what happened, I was able to really create something for myself in
Wow.
a week's time that would
Wow.
allow me to be free and
Yeah.
allow me to have the peace that I was going to be okay.
And
Yeah.
which that tells you, you know, it's the right.
It's the right time.
It
Yes.
is. Yeah, I tell anybody it's the right decision. We have a
Yep.
couple of comments from our audience. I always like to make sure we include our, our audience with good for you, good for you. And Levon says, "Hi, Mary. Hi, Dr. Morrow.
Hi, Levon.
Hi, Mary." And this is Geraldine. Did I say it right? Patterson. Hello, Mary.
Oh my goodness.
Glad to be
Hi.
here. I'm one of the therapists who works with Dr. Morrow. She's a treasure. Oh,
Oh, thank you, Geraldine.
Geraldine, I could tell you like you
She's
are.
a wonderful therapist too, and so
Oh,
someone that also is here to help our community. Yes.
oh, I could tell she's already missing you, and you're right there.
I know. Well, we're going to always stay in contact.
Oh, it says celebrating the vision, and I think that must be Sonia. She's left out. I left my job, Miss Mir. You did? I think that's Sonia Adams. Like, is that you, Sonia? Celebrating the vision. Oh, and then Levon said, "Congratulations on your decision."
Thank you, Levon. Thank
Isn't
you
that
so
wonderful?
much.
Oh, that's wonderful. I think it is true, like you said, and I don't think I've ever heard that term. Water. You're a water walker.
Yeah, that's walking on faith. When Peter left that boat, he had to walk on water. And so we have to sometimes walk on water. We can't see it. We don't know what the outcome will be, but we just have to believe God. And so, and Geraldine is on, and I have to say this. She doesn't even know it, how she blessed my life just by, sharing things with me and just supporting the vision. And I think that people around us also make a difference.
Yeah,
If you're going to make big girl decisions or big guy decisions, you need people in your life that
yeah,
know how to speak life to you and know how to pray for you. And
yes,
so that's what's really important. And I feel the prayers. I'm telling you, by Monday morning, I felt the prayers. I knew God was with me. I did not even think to the left or to the right. I just went forward. And this is what I need to do. And everybody says, "You're going to tell them now?" Yes, today. Today's the day. Because if you don't do it, then you have a million excuses as to why you don't do it. So I don't want any excuses. My
yeah.
boss said, can we go to the office and talk? I said, no, we don't need to do that because I want to keep my resolve because I know God is speaking to me in this season of life to do it, and I'm going to do it.
It is. I think. With I know for me, I'll be honest. The first time my principal came to me and mentioned and said, "I heard this rumor." The first she said, "I heard this nasty rumor." That's what she said. I heard this nasty rumor that you're retiring. I'm gonna be truthfully. Fear has set into me, and I said, "Oh no, I'm not going to retire."
Uh,
Which, and I'm glad I went through that because it really showed me I was scared. I really
right.
was scared.
Yeah.
And whether I wanted to admit it or not, I was afraid. And so that was when she first came up to me. We were in the mailroom. But then I went home my husband and I, we were down, we had a timeshare at the beach, and he was all ready to go. And I said, I need to go by myself. And he said, "What do you need?" I said, I need the Bible and I need water because I needed to fast.
Mm,
I need to fast and pray."
mm-hmm.
When I came back from the beach, he looked at me, he said, "Do you know you are glowing? You are glowing." Because all I did was drink water and pray. And then I had the resolve. I came back that next Monday. I went straight to her office. I am retiring. She jumps up. She goes, "You told me you weren't retiring." I said,
Yes.
and I said, "That's what I said on Friday." It's like, but I told her the truth. I had not prayed about it.
Right, just a
I
little
had
talk
not
with
prayed
Jesus
about,
makes it right.
and I wasn't affirmed. And once I
Yeah.
got affirmed, that was in 2012. That's how long ago that was. And
Wow.
I look back now, and as they say, I wouldn't take anything for this journey. So
Right.
be ready to go on your journey. I'm a witness to this.
I'm on it. I am on the journey. I'm telling you, I'm on the journey, and the Lord has just every doubt or every fear
Yeah.
that Geraldine prayed for with me, it just went away, everything, because then the
Wow.
Lord said, I'm going to do another thing for you because you need it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to show you a glimpse, just a glimpse of what I'm going to do.
Wow.
And right now, I'm just glowing with the glimpse.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what else he does. But right now, and I'm saying this to our viewers,
Yeah.
sometimes you don't see the whole thing.
You don't.
And he doesn't want to show it to us right now. We can't handle it.
Mm-mm.
So right now, he's giving us a glimpse of what he is going to do.
Oh,
And the glimpse is enough to make you shout hallelujah because you know if that's what's going to happen, if that's the glimpse, oh my
okay.
goodness, what's going to happen when he really reveals it in fullness?
Yeah. Oh,
So I'm just excited. I'm so excited.
oh my goodness. Because I know, being the writer and the creative that you are, to start turning your plays into film, that's another adventure. Pe-
Yes.
People think, I mean, I'm on the, I call the I'm the inroads. I'm coming into it, but you're further along as far as pre-production on a movie, and that is such an exciting place to be.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible to be at this phase of my life and God saying, "You're not done. It's not over until I say it's over."
That's right.
And just to really understand that and just to keep walking, because sometimes we get so held up on things. Well, I don't have all the money, or I'm too old, or
Yeah.
I don't have the connections. And, we get caught up on all those things. And the Lord keeps trying to tell us, look, I'm God, not you. You let me worry about those things. You let
I
me work those
know.
things out. You just do what you're supposed to do. And for I will tell us what we're supposed to do is to be prepared.
Mm,
So what I did to prepare myself, I got into the UCLA producer certificate program
mm-hmm.
because I didn't know.
Right.
And a lot of us walk around calling ourselves these things, but we don't know what that means.
Right. Right. Right.
So I wanted to know, what is a producer? What does a producer do? What are they responsible for? What is their role? So I could be excellent in what I do. So when God sends the people and the money,
Right.
I'm ready.
Yes.
So I want to say to our viewers, get ready.
Yes.
You may not have everything you think you need. You may not have the money. You may not have the connect. You may not even have the script. You may not have anything yet.
Right.
But get ready. Get prepared.
That's
So
right.
when it comes,
Right.
you're ready. So now I'm ready. It can come on now. I'm ready
I
because
love
I'm armed with information. I know how to protect myself, which is a big thing in this industry.
it
You've
is.
got to know how to protect yourself. And
Yeah.
I know how things should run. And I
Right.
know who's who. When we talk about a line producer and we talk about above the line and below the line, I understand that
Right.
language.
Oh
So I
yeah.
can make decisions
Yeah.
that make sense. So we
It's
got to know.
huge.
Yeah, we
And
got to know.
it's all that, it's a whole new terminology that you're learning.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's what I think people you know what, this is what I've heard, and you probably have too, that when you are a professional, it looks easy. It looks like anybody can just do it. But
Right.
the truth is that's not the case. But that's why, like you said, what you're doing is preparing yourself. So when you're in the arena, but you need to know the terminology and the language and what's really going on, because it's really another career.
I've been doing this film in first in development, and
Right.
then now we're starting pre-production. But I've been in development for 3 years.
Yep.
It's not an overnight thing. Not if you want it to be done right. Now, I've seen some folks throw stuff up, and you can't hear that. Shadows everywhere. It
And
looks like
it's all fuzzy. And
yeah. And I'm not down playing those people because
I
good for
know.
you. You got something up and running. But look, I don't have time for that. I need sustainability.
Yeah,
I need to be able to bring out the next project.
that's
And,
right.
and I need to have the kind of quality that someone will say, oh, I don't mind putting money behind that. Because one of the things I learned in school,
Hmm.
you do not pay your money for your film. You get
Wow.
that money from somewhere else. You don't use your money
Right.
to do a film.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there are different avenues, such as investors.
Hmm.
There are also nonprofit um, sponsors out there that will donate to your film. And you can get, if you're not a nonprofit,
Hmm.
you can find a fiscal agent in the entertainment world that will kind of take in the production and take care of all the financial stuff so you can get a grant to do your film.
Wow.
Yes.
We definitely gonna talk.
But
Because
how did I learn that? In school.
wow,
I
that's
learned
big.
that in school.
That is big. Ooh,
It's huge.
we have a lot of comments. I think we have a lot of people interested. Because I'm looking, okay, we have Danielle. Hi, Danielle. This is my goddaughter, Danielle. She says, Hey, yes, celebrate the vision.
Yes, we are celebrating for
And then
sure.
we have this is she said, I dance on water. Ha ha ha. That's
Yeah,
because she's a dancer.
I love it.
But she already has a short. Danielle has a short. What's the title of your short, Danielle? Because I know she already has a short. So I want to, and then we have here. This is Lorinda. Hi, Lorinda. Congratulations, Dr.
Hi. I know
You
that's right. I am certainly a demon stomper for sure.
she said a water and a demon stomper. Look at her. She said a water walker and a demon stomper. I know
I
that's right.
love it.
And
Yes.
Jolene said, water walkers. You should take.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Nanette Mitchell, hi, and all of your excellent comments says, fully believe in the power of prayer.
Absolutely.
Come on,
Absolutely.
Nanette.
Yes.
And
He
Elaine
has
wrote,
to take the wheel. God had to take the wheel.
that's right.
Yes.
Oh,
Hi,
goodness.
Elaine.
Elaine says, hello, Mary and Dr. Mom. Blessings today. Blessings to you, Elaine.
You
Elaine.
too.
Elaine will be coming on the show. When I tell you this lady can find money, she
Yes.
she has educated so many of our babies. That's Elaine.
Wow.
Yeah. And this comment is, oh, that's Elaine says, wow. It says, Jerlene Patterson, I miss you. Okay. So glad to see you on Mary's podcast with Dr. Morrow today. I know. And Danielle says, oh,
Isn't
Amnesty
that
Girl.
wonderful?
This is hers. Amnesty Girl. She said, Destiny through the COVID fund from Grandma. She needs to stop. I can tell you when they had COVID funding, I helped her get funding to finish her short. So I'm
Oh,
really,
wow.
yeah,
That's
I was.
wonderful.
And she says, he sure did take the wheel. I tell you,
Absolutely. He will take the wheel if we allow him to. Now, he
yeah,
won't snatch it from us.
right, right,
We have to allow God to take the wheel. And that's what I've been trying to walk in. I
yeah,
haven't always been obedient to that, but as I have aged, I understand the
right,
power and the beauty of allowing God to just take the wheel. That doesn't mean I don't do my part. You
right,
know, I'm a great passenger.
right. Oh, but I think because, like you said, you do your part, but
You do your part.
you're listening, you're paying attention,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
all of that matters.
Yeah,
All of
don't be a backseat driver. You don't have
yeah,
to be a backseat driver. You
right.
don't. Let him take the wheel and you just do your part and stay in your seat and do what you're supposed to do, and it will all work well.
I tell you, I know. We had talked about your filming. He said it'll be. Is it okay to talk about that?
Sure.
Okay, I don't want to say something and then be like, "Oh, you
Oh
should
no.
have." Oh, but number one, I would like to share the title of your film because I think it's just excellent. The
Yes.
title of the film is Three Times a Lady, and I
Yes.
really like that title. And I don't think we can. Can you talk about who's attached to it or no?
Well, yeah, I can talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
One of the things I want to say to anyone who's interested in filmmaking, uh, the film title we have is Three Times a Lady, but don't ever be shocked when you see another title because
Right.
whoever
That's
would,
right.
buy it for the purposes of it being shown, they may say, we don't like that title. We want something else.
Right.
So don't go in there saying, "Well, that's the title I want." No, you want the film shown.
Because the truth is, everything you have to be fluid in this, and
Yes,
you cannot be so hold on so tightly to whatever
you
it is.
can't be rigid. You
You
cannot be
cannot
rigid.
be rigid.
No, no, you can't be rigid. And so sometimes, the changes. Now, if you walk in with all your money, you can do whatever you choose to do. You have the money for your budget.
Right.
Whatever the name is, that's the name. Whoever's playing in it, that's who's playing in it. Whatever the story is, that's the story.
Right.
But it has to go from being made to being distributed and
Right.
placed somewhere. So you may have to make changes. So you have to be open to some changes. And I would say too, if there are changes that don't fit with your spirit or
Mhm.
grieve you, you don't have to make them. Just go find somebody else to do
Okay.
it. Because sometimes they'll want you to do things that you don't want to do.
Right.
And it
Right.
doesn't fit for your value system. So you have to say, I'm sorry, this is what I have been called to write and do. and I'm sorry, I can't make those changes. So
Right.
I'll have to go take it somewhere else.
I tell
So
you.
yeah,
Oh,
and people are looking for content.
yeah.
Writing right now is the biggest thing going. I know they are out striking, but
Right.
once they come back, and that doesn't affect independent film writers, screenwriters, because you can still write if you're not a part of SAG.
Right.
If you're part of SAG, you're on hiatus right now. But if you're not, you can still be writing. And if you're a writer and you're not with SAG, keep writing
Yeah.
because they're gonna need material.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They have to come to the table sooner or later. That's what
yeah.
they're gonna have to, especially when the actors went with. If you don't have somebody writing it and there's no one acting it, there is no movie.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So,
So I embarked on the journey of playwriting as an extension of my psychology work.
oh,
So
okay.
every one of my plays has a piece to help us with having good mental health. There's something with every one. The
Wow.
things that make men cry is about men's emotions.
Right.
Three Times a Lady is about women's emotions. So
Okay.
everything that I do is going to have that flavor to it.
Right.
And
Right.
so I talked to my son, Stephen Wayne, and he said, Mom, because I was thinking of doing talk show, kind of doing my own talk show, and I kind of did a little bit of that. And I spent a lot of money doing it. Again, I like excellence. I want it done well. So I spent money, having it professionally shot and all that kind of stuff. And he said, Mom, don't put any more money into that. Put that money into making films out of your stage plays.
I
So
love
I have,
it.
yeah, I have 4 stage plays,
Right. Right.
and I know at least 3 of them will become film.
Wow.
And one blockbuster that's going to be a significant budget piece
Right.
that I'm waiting until I get these up and running. So
Right.
that way I have more of a name in the industry and
Right.
I'll be able to attract other kinds of actors and, really be able to get this big one out. And so 3 Times a Lady, I started out wanting to get Detours, which is a Christmas piece.
Right.
I wanted to get Detours out first and actually have the script for that. I co-wrote that with a wonderful writer, director, producer, Zadia Ife, and she and I co-wrote that script. But after meeting Camille Tucker, who is the young woman who is a writer for the Clark sisters. She does some wonderful biopic work with Gladys Knight right now. She's working with her on her biography and has done a lot of films that have and sold films, to the major networks. And
Wow.
I said, I want to consult with her on this before I go because I didn't at that point. I didn't have all the knowledge I needed, and I wanted to talk to somebody.
Right.
And she and I became Facebook friends. I don't even know how, she reached out to me. Um, I became her friend. We didn't know each other, but I said, I will reach
Wow.
out to her. And I did, and she was responsive. And so here's another lesson for our viewers:
Uh-huh.
pay to consult with people.
Yes.
Stop trying to get everything for free.
Right. Right.
Pay so you can demand what it is you need to know.
I love it.
And when I said to her, I want to pay for an hour of your time,
Right.
I paid her for an hour of her time.
Right.
And look at what it has resulted in.
Wow.
Number one, she's a SAG writer who wrote my screenplay because I had never written a successful screenplay because it's not successful if it's not out there somewhere.
Right.
And she has. Secondly, she signed on as the director of my project. We're working on that. And thirdly, she has attached me to some wonderful people like LaRon Rucker, like Gladys Knight. She has
Wow.
really given me help with doing my budget, doing my schedule, all of the things that you need in the development phase it's been done because I reached out to the right person. So here's the lesson. We can ask questions of people all day long, but make sure they're the right person. The right person means they have success in
Yeah.
the area you are consulting them in.
Yes.
And it doesn't mean that others don't know.
Yes.
But I want to go with those people that I have seen their success. I don't mind paying you because I see what you can do.
Right. Right.
And so I did that. And now we are at the point of actually raising our money for the film. We
Wow.
already have potential investors. We're just finishing up our package. We have a pitch deck, which you're going to need to
Mm-hmm.
promote your work. We have an investment package. All
Wow.
of those are things that you need to have.
Yeah.
And we're still working out details, and there's stuff that we have to still solidify with our work, but we're moving along in a wonderful pace because Gloria said, I'm not rushing
Yeah.
into anything.
Right.
I need to make sure it's right. I need to
Right.
make sure that I have learned everything I need to learn.
Right.
It was Camille who said, you need to take a class. And
Wow.
UCLA has classes. Well, I said, I'm going to go better than that. I'm going to get into the program, the whole certificate program. So I have 3 more classes and I will graduate with my certificate in producing. And then I'm going to jump right
Wow.
into their director's program
Right.
and then right into their screenwriters program because
Wow.
I want to be able to do any of it I want to do.
Good for you.
So,
That
so
I'm
it's
gonna
just,
tell you, I'm
yeah, it's
sitting up here, I'm
amazing.
clapping, I'm cheering.
Yeah.
I am so. Let me just see. I go back to our audience. I mean, I am so happy for you because I'm still really right at the beginning. I guess you could say at
Yeah.
writing the
You're in the
script
development. You're in the
and
development
definitely in
phase. And
development. But
yeah,
I'm learning that's okay.
it's
That's
okay. That's a part of it.
it
You
is.
can't get to the production phase until you go through development
Yeah.
and then pre-production and then production and then post-production.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
embrace every one of those stages.
Oh,
A lot of times you're going to spend a lot of your money in development. That's what I did. I spent a lot of my money in
yeah.
development. I had to pay, for screenwriting. You can't
Right.
just talk to somebody and say, oh, I need you. I see you're good at this. Would you write my? Yeah, they will, but there's a fee. And then hopefully the
Exactly.
person is willing to work with you and you're able to get it done. And so that's what we've been able to do. We've been able to get it done.
I
We've
love
been
it.
able to get a script done. Yeah.
Wow. I think what I call it was a divine connection with you and her. That was
Yes.
a divine connection. It really
Yes.
was. Jolene says, "Hi, Elaine. So glad to see you. You see you here too. Yes, I agree. You are a great educator. We need to connect soon." So they
Oh, isn't
just
that great?
I know. I just love this. I love this.
Yes.
I can tell you, Jolene. It sounds like we need to get you on the show, Jolene.
You do. And she does a lot of stuff on theology that
Okay.
is just next level. So she
Oh,
would be a wonderful guest on your show.
okay, we're gonna connect. I can tell you,
Yes.
Dr. Gloria, I'll get your information and we'll talk. That's for sure. Well,
Yes.
you said the 3 of your plays are very confident will become major motion pictures. We're not just gonna say a picture, major. Now, but you
Well,
didn't say
yes.
the fourth one. You didn't say that one for some reason you didn't think it would be a good fit.
The fourth one, I want to really kind of segue into that blockbuster. So it's not that it's not a good fit, but I
Got it.
want to just expend my energy. And who knows? Because
Right.
when you go start negotiating with your films, sometimes they will ask you, do you have anything else?
Right.
And so, you just need to be ready. Yeah, well, I've got this one.
I love it. I
So
love.
you just need to be ready. So
I
if I
love
need to
it.
pull it out, yes. And
Yeah.
and the name of that one is Don't Date, Investigate.
I love it. I love it.
And
That's a
I might come out with that one as a stage play, and then we'll see what kind of synergy and energy we get around it. And if it's one of those pieces that people really enjoy, then who knows? It can become a film.
I'm gonna tell you, you are just your titles. There's a vibration when you give me your
Yes.
title. So it's a connection to those titles, and I just really and truly enjoy them. I know. just like you said, it's been 3 years to get to where you are for the film. But
Yes,
I noticed during that 3 years, you were still doing the plays. So
I was.
you've been busy.
I've been writing, I've been doing work, I've been in school, I've been doing my DEI work, diversity, equity, and inclusion work.
I
When
know.
COVID hit, I was laid off my job. And it was at the same time that George Floyd was murdered, and people started contacting me about doing trainings.
Right.
And that led to another whole world. So
Wow.
I've been all over the country doing trainings and creating programming for diversity, equity, and inclusion, helping organizations to have councils to help them to make sure that they are taking into consideration the diversity within their organization. So,
Wow.
every door God has opened up for
Wow.
me to be where I am today, making the declaration that I'm retiring from 9 to 5.
I
So I have all those things that I can do
right.
to supplement my income so I don't have to worry.
I
Period.
just love it. I just love it. Well, I
Yeah.
can be honest, you're in a better position than I was when I retired. I didn't even know I could write, if you can believe that. I didn't even know. In fact, I didn't even write for 5 years later. And that
Wow.
I thought so now I write basically every day, but I didn't know that it was in me. So it's really
Yeah.
interesting that you number one, you know that I mean there's no
Yes.
question. It is who you are. It is who
It's
you
it's who I am.
I know. It's, and as I mentioned to you earlier, I said I will be there when they have those premieres. Look to see me in the crowd.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It'll be a time of celebration for all of us.
It really is.
Yeah, it's a time of celebration for all of us. And I just believe that, I heard a minister say something really powerful. He said, imagine yourself in a line that's moving toward the front. And he said, don't be upset because you're not at the front yet.
Yeah.
Help push the person that's in front through the line so that it'll get to you sooner
Wow.
instead of hating on the person who's at the front of the line. Help them to get what they need and get out of the line because then I get to move up. And I have that mentality. I want to push folks to
Yeah.
get to what they need and what they want because not only will I get there quicker,
Yeah.
but I'm also going to be so joyful in the process because a lot of folks are just upset. I can't do what I want to do. I have this vision and it looks like everybody gets to do what they do except me. Well,
Yeah.
that's not going to get you through the line.
No.
What's going to get you through the line is to celebrate with those people who are ahead of you
Yeah.
and help them to hurry up and get what they need so
Yeah.
they can get out of the line and you can move up.
Oh my, it's true. It's true. There is,
Yeah.
and the truth is, there are no shortcuts.
No,
There aren't any shortcuts. I mean, to all the things that you've learned, was there a shortcut to any of it?
no, no.
But
Well, let me just say this. The only shortcut is to listen
mm,
and to receive feedback positively.
right.
That's a shortcut. Because if we don't, we end up having to go back and fix things that we should not have to go back to fix if we had listened in the first place.
That's true. That is true.
So your shortcut comes when you listen to wise counsel. The Bible says it. It
Yeah.
says, that we should definitely get wise counsel.
Yeah.
People who know what they're doing, they have success in that area,
Right.
and people that resonate with your spirit spiritually. Listen and follow directions.
Hmm.
That is a shortcut because if I don't follow directions and I don't listen, it's
Hmm.
going to take me so much more time to do it because I'm going to do it my way. Then
Yeah.
I've got to scrap it and go back and do it the way I should have done it in the first place.
That is true. As I tell you, I think sometimes we think you're taking a shortcut and you're
Yeah.
not.
No,
So you just
no.
what you have done, is put yourself in a position to succeed,
Yeah.
not just
A
you know,
blessing.
not just sitting here saying I'm gonna just throw this together and make a movie and we'll see what happens. No,
Right. No.
but you're patient too. That's another thing.
Yes.
You are patient.
Yes, because
You
I
are,
want the best result. I
yeah,
want this to be something I'm proud of.
right.
And you can't do that by rushing the process. I could not rush the process. I cannot,
Oh
you
no.
know. I may be ever so ready, but what the Lord has done, He gave me other things to be working on and to do. Many of us think if I don't focus on this 24/7, then I'm not doing justice to it. No, you've got to diversify yourself. You got to be thinking about other things
Yeah.
while God is working on this thing.
Isn't that something? Oh my goodness.
Yes, because you've done all you can do. Now you leave it in His hands. I've done all I can do. I'm leaving it in His hands. So I'm going on to do some other work.
Right. Right.
I'm not going to sit there and be upset and disappointed every single day saying, oh my God, this is day 3 and this is year 3 and it hasn't happened yet. Oh, it's going to
Yeah.
happen. And then you start negative thinking. The next thing you know, you've talked yourself out of it.
Isn't that something? That you know what you already know it's true. That energy you bring, that negativity,
Yeah,
it does not bring you up. It always brings you down.
it does. Yeah,
Oh my goodness. As for that, it's just something about I try to stay positive. Not that I stay positive every day. I don't want to say that, but I try to lean into the positivity because it takes you so much further and helps you. To me, helps me more to go.
absolutely.
Yeah, but I understand why people go into negativity. I do. I just try not
Yeah.
to live there.
Well, see, here's the problem. We don't like things to not go the way we want them to go when we want them to go that way. And
Hmm.
here's the other thing I learned about this industry. Today, it looks like this is the clear trajectory, this is the clear vision, the
Yeah,
clear title, the clear people working on it, the clear people acting in it, all of that. That can change.
it can change
That
in the
that
next
can
hour. In the
change.
next
That's
hour,
why you don't say a lot about your stuff until it's been greenlit
right?
because it's not greenlit yet. So anything can happen until
That's
it
right.
gets greenlit.
That's right.
I've seen people that have posted on Facebook, catch me in this show, such and such a day, such and such a time, and you never see them because they cut their spot out
Yeah,
because they have the power to do that.
that's right.
So I can't be disappointed, especially if you're an actor and you get paid for that spot. Even if you're not in it, you
Yeah,
still got paid.
that's right. That's right. So what can you say? That's
Yes.
up to the editing or wherever where they say you'll end up on the editing. You can end up on the editing floor. There's no
Yes.
guarantees. There's no
No
guarantee.
guarantees. And you've got to go in knowing that.
I
And
yeah,
especially when it's your creation, that's
yeah.
one of the things I've had to struggle with. It's
Uh-huh.
my creation, it's based on my stage play, but I have to give authority to somebody else,
Yeah,
like the director,
right.
to decide who she wants in it, to decide, different things about it. You have to give some of that in order to get what you need to get.
It's true.
Now, if you're writing it, you're directing it, you're producing it, then it's you. The buck stops with you. But
Yeah.
you need to be prepared. I wouldn't dare come out and say I'm a director. I don't know how to be a director. I have a good eye for what I like. I'm a great movie connoisseur.
Right.
I know what I like. I know how things should go,
Right.
but I'm not. So that's why I'm going into director school. So that way, if I wanted to direct myself, I can direct myself, but I will have had some studying in that area.
Right. Right. And it's just I think it's an art like anything else. It's an
It
art
is.
to know how to direct and all of it, every single aspect of it. Because I've been blessed to have been on movie sets and to watch people truly in their element. It is something to
Yeah.
see and watch them, and they love it. There's
Yes.
a love for this industry. If you're really, really, this is what you always wanted to do. Uh,
Right.
and as I've said this before, and I'll say it again, I always said, whatever you're seeking is seeking you.
Right.
So this was seeking you. The movies has been you know what I mean, that energy. It's back. It was seeking you, and you've been seeking it,
Oh
and that's
yeah. We
why
we were made for each other.
it's
We were
I
made for
tell
each other.
you.
I've always been a storyteller. So
Okay.
we've been made for each other. As a kid, I used to write little short stories. So I've always been, I wrote plays
Uh-huh.
as a young person. So this was a natural for me.
Right.
It's a natural for me. So
Wow.
I'm where I'm supposed to be. And I'm supposed to use this creativity that God gave me to help hurting and broken people.
Wow.
Because that's my call in life. My call in life is to help people who are hurting and broken.
Right.
And God now he focused on using the therapy as the avenue, but it's now been expanded
Right.
through my talking, through books, through plays, now through screen. This is how it's extended. So, people who are watching, please know that our purpose is the same. We're supposed to help lost and hurting and broken people. We're supposed to do that. That's our call here.
Wow.
Yeah.
We
But
have
the way we do it is different because of our creativity and our gifts.
I tell you, we have a comment from one of our audience, and this is Danielle, and she said,
Yes.
"This is truly a dream come true." She says, "And just confirmed so much more of my journey. Thank you. It's it says, may we have you email to the comments to consult about getting a doctorate in psychology and writing projects."
Absolutely. I just put my email address in the chat space.
Okay, I will
Are
put
you
it.
able to see it?
I do. I see it. Let me see if I can put it on the screen. Hold on. I
Okay.
will put this on for everyone so you can email the good doctor.
Yes.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me create this for you. Thank you, Danielle, for that. Let me do this, put this right here. So if you would like to contact her after today, here it is. I'll put it right there. There you go. And then,
Perfect.
oh yeah, there was another comment too. And oops, I lost my comments. Where did they go? Okay. Okay, Elaine says, Elaine and Geraldine, you guys, I hope you guys have each other's numbers. It says, Jerry, yes, we must connect soon. Mary, Jerry is another woman of God who you would enjoy having on your show. Dr. Morrow is dropping such informative gems. Thank you, Dr. Morrow.
Well, you're so welcome.
I tell you, and Elaine, I mean, honestly, this is, I would say, a fan of the show. When rarely does Elaine miss a show. I mean that, Elaine. So I want to thank you in front of everyone
Yes.
because Elaine, you don't miss a show. And Hawita, did I skip you? I'm sorry, sweetheart. I skipped you and Oliver, huh? I'm sorry. So Oliver said, he says, "Hi, Dr. Mara. We have greatly appreciate of you joining the show with your wealth of knowledge. Thank you." That's
Thank you so much.
our executive producer. Is so I keep telling people have wondered if Oliver really exists because we never see Oliver. I'm gonna have to bring him on so you guys can know he does exist. Hawita said, and Hawita and I went to high school together.
Oh, wow.
Congratulations, Dr. Morrow. Appreciate your advice, which applies to so many areas of our lives. Looking forward to seeing your films. Hi, Mary. Hi,
Thank
Hawita.
you. And
Liz,
I'll need every single one of you because that's how it's done.
mhm.
As we celebrate with each other, we help each other to get through the line, you
Yep.
know. So I'll be calling on all of you.
Yes, and we mentioned or talked earlier how it is truly a collaborative effort.
Absolutely.
No one gets there by themselves, ladies and
No,
gentlemen. You
no,
know, I know it may seem like it because if you look at Tyler Perry, it looked like he does everything, but he doesn't. I
no.
know
He has a
he's a
team.
writer, director, producer. He's all these things, but believe it or not, there are more people behind the camera than there
Yes,
ever are in front of the camera.
that's right.
And so there's so many positions behind the camera. You'd be amazed at how it takes
Mhm.
to put on a production. But
And
I,
look at the credits. If you look at the credits of a
yeah,
film, you
yeah,
will see, look at all, and if you're watching those big movies and you see,
yeah.
my God, you're sitting there another 20 minutes with the credits because it took all of that for you to see what you saw.
And it's so funny. Can you believe for years, I would sit at movies at the end. Even I was a witness to this, and I would sit there and watch the credits like I knew those people. Like
Yeah, yeah,
like I knew them. And I never understood what I really was doing. I was projecting myself up there.
that's right.
I
Yeah.
didn't even realize that. But I would just sit there. I didn't care how long they were. I didn't care. I just would watch and read those names of all of these people. It took all of these people to make that one movie.
Yes.
It was just
Yes.
fascinating to me. And many of them never see each other because, like, let's say you're in the post production, and
Right.
you're doing the music. You never
Right.
meet the talent. You never even get a chance to meet them. But
That's
I
right.
know I just want to make sure if you have any final words. I want to make sure I give you time to say anything that you want to share with this audience.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you and your husband so much for having this platform. Sometimes people don't really know what all goes into this, but it's really, really powerful that you have this platform to give people an opportunity just to discuss their stories and share what they do. So thank you for that, the two of you. And I just want to say to anyone, it's never too late. I'm 73 years old. I'm so excited to be creating and doing what I do in this season of life. And I just want to say you can do anything
Yeah,
that you really put your heart and mind to, because we can do all things through Christ, which strengthens us. So,
yeah,
whatever dream you have, whatever goal, whatever bucket list stuff you have,
yeah.
do it. I always wanted to get on a jet ski. And last year I got on jet
Just,
ski.
wow.
I'm telling you, and I now look, I will tell you, I didn't stay out there long because when I realized I was out in a big ocean, I hurried up and got back to the shore. What were you thinking? But it's something I wanted to do.
Right.
And so don't let age or time or anything stop you from creating and doing what you have been called to do. It is never too late. So thank you so much for having me, Miss Mary. I appreciate you and thank you for the invitation.
You are so welcome, and we're so glad that we could have you. I know, and you would definitely, if your time permits, we would definitely like to have you back when
I'll
this
be
movie
happy to come back.
when it comes
Yeah.
out. I want to make sure, and some of your talent maybe they can come and talk about
Yes,
because it's a journey to get through production.
absolutely.
It
Yeah.
is a journey just to go through production. So we want to thank
Mhm.
you for coming on this show. Make sure. Let me check our comment section before we let you go because I had a feeling that there was some more. And there are. We have. This is David. David Addington he's also a fan of the show and he's a Canadian.
Hi, David.
He comes on a lot and whenever he's around and he can. So hi David, glad to have you here today. And then we
Thank
have
you.
Healthy Heritage. I think that's Phyllis Clark. Is
Oh,
that
hi,
Phyllis?
Phyllis.
Hi, Phyllis. And I'm Phyllis. I'm sending the flyer out tonight. So she knows so they're doing a special program on this coming Sunday at Fairmont Park in Riverside.
All right.
The flyer, it'll go out tonight, Phyllis. I haven't forgot, just so you know. And then the blog says, thank you so much, Dr. Morrow. You are amazing. Thank you for sharing such wisdom.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And then Phyllis said, thank you. And I wanted to thank audience. I just want to thank you. I want to first thank Dr. Morrow for coming to the show, taking this time. And I'd like to congratulate you, be one of the first to congratulate you on your retirement. Uh,
Thank you.
it is so exciting to retire. I don't even have
Yes, it
words for how
is.
exciting it is. And I agree with her wholeheartedly. And let me just say, you are not, you're 73 years old. You're 73 years young.
Yeah,
That's what
okay.
you are. Because I think we put these, what that's supposed to look like. And it really, we do it to ourselves of,
Hmm.
oh, I'm too old. Or what are people, another thing, what are people going to think? This is
Right,
what I
right.
have learned. As long as there's breath in your body, you have a chance.
Yes.
That's the key, ladies and gentlemen. You're living whatever it is. And don't keep putting things off. Don't keep saying that because none of us, tomorrow's not promised to anybody.
That's
So
right.
I want to agree with Dr. Morrow here, Dr. Gloria. Do it today, whatever it is. Dream big dreams and don't be afraid. So, ladies
Yes.
and gentlemen, thank you for coming to the show. It's so glad to have you, and thank you, audience, for coming. We will be back a week from today at the Mary D Talk Show. Bye, everybody.
Bye.